Interesting. Kind of playing around with the ISO and stuff on this guy just to try to give us a interesting. We'll try that. I think that looks okay. You can see how that camera is shaking right now. That's from the construction. You found the ignit? Oh, cool, Dapper. All right, let's bring that piece back over, and we'll go ahead and give it a beating. Right over the horn. Try to keep it straight. All right, so I'm kind of shaping these angles as we go by where I kind of hit. And depending on where I hit, it gives us a little bit of a shape. And I kind of blew out a little bit of the design here. So we'll push this back a little bit, I think. There. You give me a little bit of the ridges back. And so we need to work on giving us the definition here in the back. Give us a little bit better shape here. I didn't put this piece in the right way. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. All right. Full screen 3. Sorry, guys, you're going to miss this part. So you're just fixing this. Camera didn't switch over the way I wanted it to. Still trying to think of how to straighten this out. It's not bad. It's just not perfect or where I think it needs to be. It's almost like this hole is offset to the right. If you guys can see that. And so I think what we'll do is we will heat this up, and then I'm going to put the rod right in the center, and then we're going to push it over. I'm going to try that. You give that a shot. Okay, let's keep forging this out here. And I think that's pretty good. I think the rest of it we can kind of fix on the grinder. I don't have much room that I can make that any thinner up there. I think the rest of it will fix with the grinder. And I think this piece is looking pretty good. It does have a little bit of straightening that we can maybe do. I almost wonder if I can set it like this if it's hot and give it a couple taps in the center to kind of fix that, to help align that better. Ouch. Can't find specific material, but compared to the BECMA, that is made from cast steel. The steel mech is made of cast iron, doubles the price on all pages I look at. Cast steel. The stall mech is made of cast iron. So the cast steel one should be a little bit more expensive. You don't want a cast iron anvil unless it has, which mine I believe is cast iron, but it has a steel plate that they've welded to the top, and that's how a lot of them used to be made, with a cast iron body, and then they would, you know, maybe a quarter inch to half inch somewhere in there of a steel plate they would weld to the top. Um, hey, Eyes of a Hunter, welcome, man. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming in. It's just not as, yeah, it could crack, it could break. It's just not a really good. It's not designed to get hit with an anvil. It's not hard enough steel for that. Cast iron, maybe it's very hard, but it's brittle. It's just not tough stuff. I think it's super hard, but not durable. And so if you were to hit cast iron with a hammer, you could crack it or break it eventually, or chip, yeah, something like that. But if you, so a lot of them will put a cast steel. So like mine, full screen one. I don't know if you can see on my anvil. So it looks like it's pretty dark there. Is that too dark? Was messing around with some of the settings on my camera. It looks too dark to me. Um, put the ISO back on auto. So right here, you may not be able to see it, but there's a line I can see from where the steel plate has been welded on to the cast iron anvil. And so the steel ones, the forged steel ones, are probably more expensive. Yeah, Selmec is Polish and their webpage is in Polish and the translator does not work on it. Okay. Beckma is double the price. Yeah. Cast steel. Yeah, so Beckma is double the price exactly. So I wouldn't buy a cast iron anvil. And that's what you can find on Amazon maybe or eBay. You can find these anvils for like $70, and they're typically a cast iron anvil. You can weld on cast iron. It's very difficult, Eyes of a Hunter. But what they would do is that they would forge the whole thing, and then like they would forge weld that on top in a so not like with a welding stick and going around. They would heat up the whole metal, so the whole metal is hot, and then they would take the steel and smash it down with a hammer, like a giant hammer, and they would forge weld the two pieces together so you have a clean weld all the way through. If you come back with a rod and you try to weld in, typically that doesn't work very well. It's hard to get a deep penetration. Um, so we're talking a different type of tool set, not with a welding stick, with very hot pieces of metal that get smushed together and then they weld together. Forge welding. Look at this guy. Hello, bot. Um, Band. Bye bye. From what you observed, my stealing is D most likely still and has a B on it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, Dapper. I mean, it's kind of cool to have, as a little piece of history. But hey, Gonad. Not particularly Gonad. Sometimes we have some that get made mods over time. But not particularly. But hey, new sub. Um, Captain Pugwash, thanks so much for that sub, man. Appreciate it. Awesome, guys. We have some fun stuff we'll be doing on the channel. We're gonna get a laser cutter soon. And then all these subs and things are going to go towards our laser cutter goal for the month. And then if we make our goal at the end of the month, we'll do a giveaway of some kind of cool laser cut item, which will be fun, like coasters or signs or something. We're going to be doing some fun stuff coming up now. Thank you so much, man, Captain, for that sub, man. It really means a lot. Good to have you here. Gonad, we're going with the Glowforge because I want to get something I don't have to mess with. I have too many things. So typically my style would be to buy one off of eBay. OMAC